So I've got Joe Norris from Getyourtipsout, and today's video is, does Lossiemouth win the Cheltenham Festival Mares Hurdle?
So I've seen a lot of debate about this solely because of her price, because she's quite short now. But for me, I think she's one of the more solid favourites of the week. Obviously, the only unknown you've got here is that she's going up in trip slightly again. Some people are sort of crabbing that, thinking she might be a bit vulnerable towards the finish. But the way she won on reappearance at Cheltenham was super impressive. She ended up pulling clear by over 9 lengths at the line. I mean, you look at her overall record; it's pretty faultless. She's won 5 from 6 for Willie Mullins. Before that, she won her sole start in France. I mean, the only loss to her name was at the Dublin Racing Festival. If you remember, Willie Mullins actually came out and slammed Townend for the ride. Said he gave her too much to do. She looked unlucky. I mean, she was beat 2.5 lengths that day. She reversed that form with that horse, Gala Marceau, and she hasn't lost since. So, I mean, I think she ticks nearly every single box you want ticked heading into the festival.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, last time out at Cheltenham, I had my reservations being so long off the track. I thought, I know Willie Mullins can get him fit, don't get me wrong, he's the best trainer that there is over the national hunt, but I was like, so long off the track, and she was so impressive. I was taken back with how impressive she was. So my next question on this then, right, because I think she was ridiculously impressive.
Yeah.
Constitutional, if he doesn't run in the champion hurdle, if you owned Lossiemouth, would you put her up against Stateman?
Well, this is sort of an embarrassment of riches for Mullins again. We've seen it all season. I mean, he's got Stateman in the champion hurdle. So if Constitution Hill comes out, you'd like to think Stateman will go and win that race. Now, Lossiemouth, without a doubt, deserves a crack at the champion hurdle. I think she's that good. But obviously, she's still just a 5-year-old. She could win this year and then potentially go for the champion hurdle next year. A bit like what Annie Powell did in the same colours.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they've come out and said that they've ruled her out of the champion hurdle. I think that is the right decision. I'd like to see her win this and then potentially have a shot at it next year.
Yeah. I disagree. I think she should be up against Stateman. I think she beats Stateman. I think she wins. If Constitution Hill's not there, with the mare's allowance, I was that impressed with her last time out. I think she beats Stateman with the mare's allowance. I think she was super impressive, but I think she's nailed on for the mare's hurdle. Potentially then give it a shot next year.
I mean, this comes back to the to us talking about the how many days of the festival as well. Like, you know, because it's been stretched to 4 days, all of a sudden we've got this extra race which they can go in. But if it wasn't there, I mean, she'd be having a crack at Stateman, which would be potentially one of the races of the festival, really.
Yeah, I'd love to see stuff like that. That's what Cheltenham's about. It's the finals, and you should see the best horses locking horns against each other, not having. If Constitution Hill doesn't run, you've got Lossiemouth she's an odds-on favourite. You've got Stateman who's an odds-on favourite. Probably both going to win for Willie Mullins.
Yeah,
and it's kind of a bit of a non-contest, but it is what it is. I'll still absolutely love it. I love every day of it and stuff like that. But I'd love to see some of the better horses locking horns against each other.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.